So Peter, as you may know, Apple have just released the brand new iPhone 12 and 12 Pro today. What would you say about it?
Well, looking at the design, I can see that it looks like the iPhone 11 and iPhone 5. Yeah, the iPhone 12 looks like the iPhone 5. I guess Apple thinks you forgot about the iPhone 5, which could be why they decided to go for the flat frame rather than the curved frame that we had for 6 years since the iPhone 6. They will also be releasing the announced iPhone 12 mini and 12 Pro Max on the 13th of November.
I know. I've heard that the iPhone 12 mini is bigger than the iPhone 5 5S and SE1, but smaller than the iPhone 6 6S 7 8 and SE2. I guess some people aren't too comfortable with bigger phones yet, which could be why they decided to go for something smaller. And here is something that I'm sure a lot of you guys would be shocked about. The brand new iPhone 12s do not come with a charger or headphones out of the box. Looking at the box, it's shallower than what we had before, showing that no charger or headphones are included in the box.
I can see. Apple says that a lot of people have chargers and headphones at home, which can make sense. But what if you're switching from Android to Apple or switching from an iPhone 6S or SE1 to the new iPhone 12? You would have to buy a charger or headphones at extra cost. Apple also says that this should cut down carbon emissions by not including the charger or headphones in the box, which kinda makes sense.
I get where you're coming from. Now moving on to the displays. The iPhone 12 and 12 Pro have a 6.1-inch OLED display, so the 12 does have the same display size as the 11 last year, but it has a higher resolution and the phone is smaller due to small bezels. Also, the iPhone 12 Pro's display is bigger than the 11 Pro's last year. The difference between the two displays is that the 12 Pro's display can get brighter at up to 800 nits. The iPhone 12 can get up to 625 nits. The iPhone 12 mini has a 5.4-inch display, which is bigger than the iPhone SE2's, but since the bezels are smaller, the screen size can fit at a relatively small phone. The iPhone 12 Pro Max has a 6.7-inch display, which is bigger than the 11 Pro Max's last year, but since the bezels are smaller once again, the size wouldn't be a huge difference. There's no 120Hz refresh rate display as some rumors were suggesting, only 60Hz, which could be disappointing for some, but honestly, I don't give a fuck.
Okay Daniel, now let's move on to the internals. All iPhone 12 models are running the A14 chip, which should be faster than the A13 chip that we had last year, roughly 16% faster than last year. Apple didn't announce the amount of RAM that these iPhones have, but looking at the full specs from GSM Arena, the 12 models have 4 gigs of RAM, but the 12 Pro models have 6 gigs of RAM. So the same amount of RAM as what we had last year, but oh well.
Now let's move on to the cameras. So we have kinda the same camera setups as we had last year, but on the iPhone 12, you can now take night photos using the ultra wide, which is something you can't do with the iPhone 11. I'm not gonna test this out because I don't wanna buy the iPhone 12, since I have the iPhone 11. The iPhone 12 Pros have the same ultra wide and wide camera as on the iPhone 12, but on the 12 Pros, you also get a telephoto camera which will assist you in the zooming of the photo, and will also assist you in telephoto portraits. However, there is a difference between the telephoto cameras on the Pro and Pro Maximum. The Pro has a 2x optical zoom telephoto camera, whereas the Pro Max has a 2.5x optical zoom telephoto camera, so you'll get slightly better zoom on the Pros. You also have a LiDAR sensor on both, which some rumors were suggesting that this would only come with the Pro Max but actually came with both Pro models. The LiDAR is something that we find on the iPad Pro, and what this will do is assist you in augmented reality and something else which I don't know what it is. I'm guessing that phone reviewers like MKBHD, Super Saf and Mr. Who's the Boss are gonna test these cameras out, and I'm sure the results would be great.
I agree with you Daniel. iPhone cameras have always been good. Now let's move on to some other features. The brand new iPhone 12 have MagSafe. What it is some magnets on the back of the phone will attach something like wallets or wireless chargers. This can be handy if you're going shopping or to the bank where you'll need your credit card.
The MagSafe feature is very useful, but since I won't get the iPhone 12, I can just use my Nike wallet to keep my credit card safe. Another feature that the iPhone 12s have is 5G capabilities, which I don't give a fuck about. I think 4G is sufficient.
I think you're right there. Now let's talk about the build. The iPhone 12 models have an aluminium frame with glass panels on the front and back like we had last year, but obviously the frame looks like the iPhone 5 like I said before. The iPhone 12 Pros have a stainless steel frame with glass panels on the front and back like we had last year, but once again the iPhone 5 frame is there. As a result, the iPhone 12 Pros weigh more than the iPhone 12 at 189 grams compared to 162 grams. That's lighter than our iPhones, which is 194 grams. All iPhone 12 models are dust and water resistant once again, but on all models, you can submerge it in up to 6 meters of water for up to 30 minutes like the 11 Pros. I'm not gonna test these out for obvious reasons.
Okay, finally let's talk about pricing. The iPhone 12 mini will obviously be the cheapest at £699 or $699 for the 64GB option. The 12 will start at £799 or $799 for the 64GB option. The iPhone 12s have a 64, 128 and 256GB option, so if you go for the higher storage option, obviously you're gonna have to pay more. The iPhone 12 Pros are starting at 128GB now, but they've decided to keep the pricing the same as last year, £999 or $999 for the 12 Pro and £1,099 or $1,099 for the 12 Pro Max, respectively. The iPhone 12 Pros come with 128, 256 or 512GB. Honestly, I don't recommend anyone buying the 512GB iPhone 12 Pro, unless you're planning to shoot a lot of videos in 4K 60 frames a second. The iPhone 12 and 12 Pro are available now, but you'll have to wait for another 3 weeks to get the iPhone 12 mini or 12 Pro Maximum. And that sums everything up. To you viewers out there, are you getting one of the new iPhone 12 models? Please let me know in the comments below. That's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for future content, and I will see you later.